We want to integrate x e to the negative 3x dx. So what method will you use? Well, obviously, you have two functions in x. There's x and there's e to the negative 3x. Integration by parts would be the one that you would use here. Now, the integration by parts formula, remember it? The integral of u dv equals u v minus the integral of v du. Alright? Remember that formula. Now, what are you going to use to represent u, and what will you use to represent dv? Well, the suitable thing is to make x being u and e to the negative 3x being dv. Alright? Let's write them down here. u is equal to x and dv is equal to e to the negative 3x. Now, in this case, du equals 1. You see the reason why I make u is equal to x? To move from u to du, you have to differentiate, and when you differentiate x, you get 1. You want to choose u so that when you differentiate u, you get a number, or it becomes simpler, right? dv is e to the negative 3x. What do you get when you integrate dv? Because when you go from dv to v, you're going to integrate. V is going to be 1 over negative 3 e to the negative 3x. Right? So now, here, what you're going to have is this. So here now, what we have is the integral of u, which is x, dv, which is e to the negative 3x, equals u, which is x, times v, which is negative 1/3 times negative 1/3 e to the negative 3x, minus the integral of v, which is negative 1/3 e to the negative 3x, times du, and du is 1. Alright? So here, this is equal to, let's write everything in white, this is equal to, you're going to have e to the, you're going to have x e to the negative 3x over 3, and this will be a negative, call it negative 3. Alright, call this negative 1/3 here. You have x times negative 1 times e to the negative 3x. So up top you have x e to negative 3x. Down the bottom you have 3. Let me just make the top part the negative part, so equal negative, all of that, minus, now we have negative 1/3 times 1. We can move the negative 1/3 behind the integral sign, so it's minus negative 1/3 integral of e to the negative 3x dx. Alright? Now, what we have here is negative x e to the negative 3x over 3 plus 1/3. What is the integral of e to the negative 3x? Well, remember, when you integrate e to negative 3x, it's going to be 1 over negative 3 e to the negative 3x, alright, plus c, alright. So you have this being equal to negative x e to the negative 3x over 3 minus 1/9, it becomes minus 1/9 e to the negative 3x plus c. And that is your answer. You can do some amount of cleaning up if you have, let's see now, negative e to the negative 3x outside the bracket divided by 3. So you would have positive x up top here over 1, then plus down here would be 3, and up here e to the negative 3x goes into e to the negative 3x, so it's 1. So x plus 1/3 in the bracket plus c. So that is your answer. Now before we finish off, let's look at what we had up here. I had said the integral of e to the negative 3x is negative 1/3 e to the negative 3x. Let's take a look at that statement. Alright? We want to find out what is the integral of e to the negative 3x dx. Okay, so what happened here is this. You can use substitution. Let u be equal to negative 3x. So du by dx is equal to negative 3. So dx is equal to du over negative 3. See that? So the integral of e to the u dx is du over negative 3 equals negative 1/3 integral of e to the u du. So now, when you integrate e to the u du, you get e to the u. So it's negative 1/3 e to the u plus c. Right? Now remember, generally, if you have the integral of e to the ax dx, a would be a constant. If you make a substitution, u is equal to ax, then du by dx would be a. So that dx would be equal to du over a. Alright? So you have the integral of e to the u dx, but dx is du over a, so it's du over a. This would be 1 over a integral of e to the u du. When you integrate e to the u du, you get e to the u, just like when you integrate e to the x dx, you get e to the x. So it's 1 divided by a, e to the u plus c. So generally the integral of e to the ax dx is equal to, oh by the way, we need to finish this, 1 over a e to the u. What was u again? U is ax plus c. Alright? So generally the integral of e to the ax dx is equal to 1 over a e to the ax plus c.